In late September, a team from Chinese automaker Yangwang went out to the ATP Papenburg high-speed test oval in Germany, and they laid down a top speed of 308.4 miles per hour in their U9 Xtreme.
A brand new hypercar just shattered records, hitting an astonishing 308 miles per hour, faster than any production car made by the European greats. What's more shocking? It's fully electric and built in China, a country few expected to dominate this elite realm. The Yangwang U9 Xtreme isn't just fast, it's rewriting the rules of what a hypercar can be. Meanwhile, thousands of miles away, a British mechanic is battling odds to resurrect a wrecked Bugatti Chiron that its own manufacturer said could never be fixed. These two stories aren't just about speed or survival. Record-breaking speeds and specs. The Yangwang U9 Xtreme is a car that rewrites the record books in a way few expected, hitting a top speed of 308 miles per hour.
And they laid down a top speed of 308.4 miles per hour.
It surpassed legendary hypercars like the Bugatti Chiron Super Sport 300 Plus and the Koenigsegg Agera RS. What's most astounding is that this incredible performance comes solely from electric power. 4 independent motors spinning up to 30,000 revolutions per minute, combining for nearly 3,000 horsepower. It's not just raw speed, it's a statement that the electricity can dethrone the mighty combustion engine in the most extreme automotive battles. This staggering output, 2,977 to 2,978 horsepower depending on the filing, nearly doubles the power of the Chiron's quad-turbocharged 8-liter W16 engine, which itself was a marvel when it set a record at just over 304 miles per hour in 2019. But the U9 Xtreme isn't just about brute force. It represents a leap in electrical architecture, featuring a groundbreaking 1,200-volt system that boosts power density and demands sophisticated cooling. This is the first time such ultra-high voltage has been applied to a production vehicle, signaling a new era in EV performance. Developed by BYD subsidiary FinDreams, the car's blade battery system improves power density by a dramatic 170% compared to standard setups. Handling the resulting 67% increase in heat required a reworked dual-layer cooling system. This engineering finesse ensures that the U9 Xtreme can sustain its record-breaking speeds safely and consistently. It's not just a fast car, it's a showcase of thermal management and electrical innovation at the highest level. The suspension system is equally revolutionary. BYD's Disys X intelligent body control was developed with former McLaren and Lamborghini suspension engineers, combining hydraulic and air suspension to independently control each wheel. Its peak lifting speed of 500 millimeters per second and instantaneous axle forces exceeding 1 ton allow the car to literally navigate potholes mid-corner or continue driving on 3 wheels if one tire blows out. It's a technology that borders on science fiction, but is very much real and road-ready. The design itself comes from Wolfgang Egger, an automotive design legend who's worked with Alfa Romeo, Audi, and Lamborghini. His Timegate design language gives the car a low, wide, and aggressive profile, built largely from carbon fiber to maximize downforce with an oversized front spoiler uniquely shaped for this level of speed. Despite its raw power, every curve and vent serves a specific aerodynamic purpose, making the U9 Xtreme as slippery and stable at 300 miles per hour as it is stunning to behold. Limited to just 30 units worldwide and priced at around $2.76 million, the U9 Xtreme is BYD's flagship statement, sold by private invitation. Its exclusivity is on par with the most elite hypercars, but its arrival challenges assumptions about what and who defines cutting-edge automotive performance. This isn't a niche concept car. It's a production vehicle ready to compete head-to-head with established superpowers. Across the ocean, another battle is quietly unfolding, one that involves heritage, tenacity, and the fight to keep a legend alive. Who is BYD and Yangwang? BYD, short for Build Your Dreams, is not a newcomer or a fringe player. It is one of the world's largest automakers and a global leader in electric vehicles, outselling Tesla in key markets well before the U9 Xtreme captured headlines. What makes BYD's ascent remarkable isn't just volume, it's how they've evolved beyond affordable and mid-range EVs to challenge the very heart of automotive performance. The company's past was often dismissed by Western journalists who mocked Chinese EVs for stylistic quirks or unfamiliar names. Yet, while skepticism was rampant abroad, BYD quietly built infrastructure from mining lithium to manufacturing battery cells and developing motors and chips in-house. This vertical integration, honed over 2 decades, gave BYD control over its entire supply chain, a strategic advantage few understood until now. Yangwang, meaning look upward or aspire to the summit in Chinese, is BYD's ultra-luxury sub-brand engineered to shatter stereotypes and raise the bar. It isn't just about luxury or power. It is a declaration that BYD can create high-performance machines that rival the best European marques on their own turf. The launch of the standard Yangwang U9 in early 2024 offered a glimpse of this new world.
Yangwang debuted the production version of the U9 Xtreme on the 24th of April.
With over 1,200 horsepower, sub 2.4 second 0 to 60 times, and advanced active suspension that can even leap over obstacles, it defied conventional expectations. Priced around $233,000 at launch, the standard U9 positioned itself significantly below the barrier of traditional supercars, making high performance more accessible, at least on paper. But even then, BYD wasn't finished. Behind closed doors, the U9 Xtreme was being quietly developed. This unapologetically powerful electric hypercar would set new records and send shockwaves across the industry. BYD's approach isn't imitation, but innovation. It's the product of decades of focused expertise and insatiable drive to build, not rebadge or copy, and a vision to become a global premium brand. Yangwang is just the beginning. Alongside the hypercar, BYD is developing luxury SUVs and sedans designed to compete with the biggest names in premium automobiles, signaling a comprehensive intent to dominate not just niches, but major segments worldwide. Their rise is more than market success. It is a cultural and technological milestone for the Chinese automotive industry. It reflects a country that spent years being underestimated and dismissed, only to emerge with technology and products that challenge global conventions. This rise challenges the old order and forces longtime powerhouses to confront a new reality. And at the center of this clash are machines that could not be more different in origin, but are united in ambition, accelerating the future fast and fiercely. Engineering marvels behind U9 Xtreme. Beneath the sleek exterior of the Yangwang U9 Xtreme lies a technological masterpiece engineered to dab the limits of electric propulsion. Its 4 independent electric motors each generate an astounding 744 horsepower, capable of spinning at an eye-watering 30,000 revolutions per minute. This setup offers near-instant torque delivery, an extraordinary combined output that approaches 3,000 horsepower, an engineering feat few thought possible in a production car. The car runs on an ultra-high voltage system designed specifically for this hypercar, pushing its electrical platform from the standard 800 volts in the base, U9, to an unprecedented 1,200 volts. This voltage jump enhances power density by 170% and demands advanced cooling solutions to handle the 67% increase in heat output from the battery pack. BYD's Blade battery technology, developed by their FinDream subsidiary, plays a pivotal role by combining energy density with safety and durability. This proprietary battery chemistry, paired with a re-engineered dual-layer cooling system, allows the car to sustain its extreme performance without overheating or sacrificing reliability. It's a harmonious marriage of power and endurance at the forefront of EV technology. The advanced suspension system, known as DSUS X, is a product of collaboration with suspension experts formerly affiliated with McLaren and Lamborghini. Combining hydraulic and air suspension, the system actively manages each wheel with peak lift speeds of 500 millimeters per second and axle forces surpassing a metric ton. This level of control gives the car remarkable agility and resiliency, being able to jump over obstacles or keep driving even with a blown tire at speed. Such innovation extends into the car's aerodynamic design. Crafted by Wolfgang Egger, a design veteran with a resume including Alfa Romeo, Audi, and Lamborghini, the U9 Xtreme showcases a low-slung, wide stance with aggressive carbon fiber elements. The shape and wings output targeted downforce that stabilizes the car at speeds beyond what previous hypercars ever dreamed of reaching. Despite its nearly 3,000 horsepower and ultra-high voltage systems, the U9 Xtreme remains a production vehicle, albeit one limited to 30 units, each sold through private invitation. Its exclusivity echoes European rival hypercars, but its technological sophistication positions it as a leader rather than a follower. All these engineering advances were put to the test at Germany's Papenburg circuit, where the U9 Xtreme set an official top speed record of 308.4 miles per hour, challenging and eclipsing the giants who once ruled the hypercar world. This achievement wasn't luck. It was the product of meticulous systems engineering designed to combine speed with safety, power with control. The story behind the U9 Xtreme's engineering marvels opens the door to another saga just as dramatic and defiant: the battle to revive a Bugatti Chiron against all odds. The Bugatti Chiron rebuild saga. While the Yangwang U9 Xtreme was making headlines for its record-breaking speed and technology, another story was unfolding thousands of miles away, one rooted in perseverance, skill, and sheer defiance. Matt Armstrong, a British mechanic and YouTube content creator, took on the daunting challenge of rebuilding a wrecked Bugatti Chiron Pour Sport that many considered beyond repair. This was no ordinary project. Bugatti itself had declared the car structurally compromised and locked its vehicle identification number to prevent any official parts from being sold for that chassis. The car belonged to Alex Gonzalez, a fellow content creator known as FX Alex G, whose multi-million-dollar Chiron was heavily damaged in a crash that deployed every airbag and destroyed key components like the front carbon fiber body panels and transmission housing. Insurance companies declared it totaled, and the wreck was sent to auction, seemingly destined to be parted out or scrapped. Yet Gonzalez took the bold step to buy the car back for less than half its original value, entrusting Armstrong with what many believed was an impossible mission. Bugatti's CEO mate Rimac intervened publicly, acknowledging the risks and complexity of the rebuild. He stressed that splitting the transmission, a core step in the repair, could only be safely done by two specialized facilities worldwide.
Right and drive.
All right, where are we going?
To the guy. Yeah. We're gonna see Matt.
Rimac also expressed doubts about whether independent garages could replicate the car's extreme engineering tolerances, placing a premium on the factory's warranty and expertise. His message was clear. This rebuild was not just difficult, it was borderline impossible outside very controlled conditions. Armstrong responded to this challenge head-on. Contrary to Rimac's warnings, he posted videos showing the car being split in half meticulously in his Miami workshop. Piece by piece, his team rebuilt essential systems, from custom-made radiators and CNC machined transmission mounts to sourcing compatible airbags from an Audi A3. When official Bugatti parts were unavailable or prohibitively expensive, the team found creative solutions, like patching a coolant pipe using a rigid brake hose from a hardware store. The rebuild was marked by setbacks and near disasters. At one point, a crushed fuel tank pressure sensor threatened to derail months of work, forcing the team to modify the chassis for better access and avoid repeating the risky procedure. Yet Armstrong's unwavering determination pushed them forward. When the front and rear halves of the Chiron were finally reunited and secured with 14 titanium bolts, the moment the engine started was more than mechanical success. It was a statement of resilience. The sound of the engine roaring back to life was a victory not just for Armstrong and Gonzalez, but for anyone who believed that a machine labeled impossible to fix could find new life outside a manufacturer's iron grip. This rebuild challenged Bugatti's exclusive control and the accepted economics of hypercar repair, becoming one of the most talked about automotive stories on YouTube. The clash between the Bugatti Chiron's revival and the U9 Xtreme's technical assault on records perfectly captures the tension shaking the foundations of the hypercar universe. Collision of legacy and innovation. These two compelling stories, Armstrong's Chiron rebuild and BYD's record-setting U9 Xtreme, represent a collision between traditions and transformations. On one side stands Bugatti, a symbol of over a century of European hypercar heritage, craftsmanship, and exclusivity. On the other side is BYD, a disruptor from China that has risen rapidly without the weight of legacy, but with cutting-edge technology and vertical integration that challenges old hierarchies. Bugatti's Chiron embodies the pinnacle of combustion engine luxury and precision, its engineering achievements entwined with brand mythology and an aura of untouchability. Yet, the controversy around the rebuild shows cracks in this established order. An owner and a mechanic refusing to accept a verdict of impossibility, pushing back against the very company that made the vehicle. This struggle underscores a growing desire for independence within a market long dominated by strict control over servicing and parts. Meanwhile, BYD's Yangwang U9 Xtreme announces the arrival of a new player unburdened by tradition, but armed with multi-thousand horsepower electric motors and revolutionary systems. With its ultra-high voltage architecture, advanced suspension, and carbon fiber aerodynamics, it not only challenges performance records, but threatens to upend the industry's power structures. BYD is not just breaking speed records, it's rewriting what defines innovation in hypercar engineering. What makes this rivalry especially compelling is the contrast in approach. Bugatti's legacy is artisanal mastery, exclusive production, and rarefied heritage. BYD's strength lies in relentless scale, integration, and boundary-pushing technology sourced from its dominance in the global EV supply chain. One conserves tradition, the other reinvents the future, making their contest about far more than just pure speed. This tension reflects a broader shift in the automotive landscape, where electric powertrains are not only competing with combustion engines, but outpacing them in sheer performance and efficiency. The questions raised about who can claim the title of hypercar king or pioneer are as much about identity and culture as engineering prowess. Armstrong's battle to resurrect a Bugatti shows the undying value of human skill and craftsmanship, even in a hyper-digitized world. At the same time, BYD's U9 Xtreme pushes forward the envelope of what's mechanically possible, powered by the scale of industrial might and a new vision for high performance. Together, they personify old guard resistance and new world audacity. As the story unfolds, this clash challenges enthusiasts and industry leaders alike to reconsider what greatness means in the age of electric propulsion and global competition. The future of the hypercar is being debated not just in boardrooms, but in garages and test tracks around the world. On one side, there is rebuilding a legend against all odds. On the other, the surge of electrified performance that redefines speed. The future of hypercars. The emergence of the BYD Yangwang U9 Xtreme and Matt Armstrong's relentless rebuild of the Bugatti Chiron Pure Sport signal a profound shift in the hypercar world.
Join the two together. We have got the back half still missing, but with the front half back together, 14 bolts.
These stories aren't just isolated events. They symbolize a broader transformation where tradition collides with innovation, creating fresh opportunities and challenges. The future of hypercars is no longer defined solely by heritage brands or internal combustion engines. It's a dynamic space where electric technology and independent craftsmanship both carve new paths. Electric propulsion, as demonstrated by BYD's record-smashing U9 Xtreme, is proving it can not only compete with, but exceed the limits set by combustion-powered hypercars. The ultra-high voltage battery systems, 4 independently controlled motors, and cutting-edge suspension showcase how far EV technology has advanced. This sets a precedent that power and performance are no longer exclusive to the old guard, and redefine what speed and handling mean in the modern age. Meanwhile, Armstrong's work reminds us that a car's story doesn't end at the factory or with official certification. Independent expertise, creativity, and sheer determination can preserve automotive legends and challenge corporate gatekeeping. The Chiron rebuild is more than a mechanical triumph. It is a testament to ownership, passion, and the fight for access in a segment often guarded by exclusivity and price. This tug-of-war between legacy and disruption raises important questions about who will ultimately shape the future of hypercars. Will it be heritage marques protecting their traditions and exclusivity, or will innovators who leverage new technologies and business models redefine the game? The answer likely lies somewhere in between, but with a clear shift towards openness, electrification, and adaptability. Automakers are already reacting to this changing landscape. Established brands are investing heavily in hybrid and electric powertrains, while new players like BYD are accelerating research and development to produce vehicles that push the boundaries of speed and technology. This competition promises rapid advancements, greater accessibility, and a widening spectrum of what hypercars can be. Another crucial factor is sustainability and global regulation. As the world moves towards stricter emissions standards, electric hypercars like the U9 Xtreme showcase a future where environmental responsibility and extreme performance coexist. This pushes manufacturers to innovate not only for speed, but also for cleaner, more efficient technologies, shaping the industry's trajectory for decades. Customer expectations are evolving too. Enthusiasts no longer just want raw power. They seek advanced control systems, intelligent suspensions, and the ability to push cars safely to their limits on real roads and tracks. BYD's suspension that can jump over potholes or keep a car upright on 3 wheels hints at what consumers will demand next. Intelligent, adaptable machines designed for extreme conditions. Ultimately, the hypercar world stands at a crossroads. The impressive feats of an electric Chinese hypercar and a tenacious British mechanic rewriting repair rules both challenge us to rethink speed, craftsmanship, and value. The rise of BYD's electric hypercar and Matt Armstrong's Chiron rebuild show that the future of fast cars is being rewritten in real time by technology and human grit alike. Whether it's record-shattering speed or defying impossible odds, these stories remind us that greatness comes in many forms. If you enjoyed this dive into the automotive revolution, be sure to like, subscribe, and join the conversation below.